We're almost there. This is part 6 of The Defenders Rewrite, episode 7, Down with the King. If you haven't seen the other videos in a while, or if you just want to watch them again, get a refresher, enjoy them because they're so terrific, the links are in the video description here. But maybe you're busy, maybe you don't have time, you gotta go watch The Mandalorian, you gotta go watch Watchmen. I get it. So I'm going to give you a quick recap of everything that has happened so far in the series. If you don't need it, you can go to this time in the video. Okay.
Matt finishes off the rest of the hand in New York City with a small assist from the Iron Fist, Danny Rand, and the Daughter of the Dragon, Colleen Wing. Hogarth does a favor to Jessica Jones and gets Luke Cage out of prison. Luke finds out that a businesswoman named Alexandra Bont is developing Harlem into oblivion. Because of economic displacement caused by Alexandra, everyone notices an increase in street-level crime. Luke goes to a protest where he learns of a vandal calling himself the Wrecker, who has become the people's champion. Danny destroys a Rand deal with Alexandra. Later that night, Luke investigates a mysterious lightning strike and is knocked unconscious by an unknown figure.
After she hears about what happened to Luke, Claire calls Misty, Jessica, Danny, Colleen, and Matt for help. Misty and Jessica work together to try to figure out who hurt Luke, since they're the two best investigators in the show. Danny uses his chi powers to heal Luke. Danny tries to track the energy signature of the weapon that hurt Luke. Matt tries to figure out if there's a new weapon in town. He goes and shakes down Turk Barrett, and Justin Hammer finds nothing. Jessica and Misty run into Danny and Colleen at the crime scene. And because Danny and Colleen both partially match the description that Jessica and Misty got of the person that knocked out Luke, Jessica and Misty try to bring Danny and Colleen in for questioning. Danny and Colleen refuse and get into a fight with Jessica and Misty. And right before either can hurt the other, Claire and a now healed Luke arrive and tell everyone that he remembers what happened. He met someone at a construction site who was struck by lightning, and it turns out that person was the Wrecker. When Luke tried to take him to the hospital, the Wrecker refused and knocked out Luke with some sort of magic crowbar. Danny, Colleen, Misty, Jessica, Claire, and Luke all come up with a plan led by Danny. They're going to use Danny's magic sensing abilities to find the Wrecker, and then they're going to fight the Wrecker and take the crowbar from him. Claire calls Matt, but he refuses to help. He still doesn't want to work with the team after what happened to Elektra. She tells Matt where to find the group. The team tracks the Wrecker to a warehouse. Luke ambushes the Wrecker, and Danny and Jessica steal the crowbar from the Wrecker. But it is revealed that not only can the Wrecker summon the crowbar with his mind like Thor does with his hammer, the Wrecker has also assembled a group of 3 superpowered criminals. They are calling themselves the Wrecking Crew. The first member of the group is someone who we will not name yet, but eventually will be called Thunderball. He is the strongest member of the crew. He picks things up and throws them at Jessica. The second member of the group is someone named Piledriver. He's the fastest member of the Wrecking Crew, and he fights Luke Cage. The third member of the Wrecking Crew is named Bulldozer. He is the least vulnerable member of the group. He wears a helmet. He's kind of like the Juggernaut. Bulldozer and the Wrecker fight Danny. And right as the group is almost lost, Matt as Daredevil shows up after a pep talk from Stick, turns off the lights in the warehouse, saves the group, and they retreat.
The team meets for the first time and talk. There's friction between the members of the group. Matt comes up with a plan. Matt as Daredevil and Jessica go investigate the construction site. Danny as Iron Fist and Luke hang out, and Danny trains Luke in harnessing his chi. At the end of the episode, Matt and Jessica make a discovery using Matt's super hearing that there is a cave hidden under the instruction site where they find a bunch of ancient markings and a pair of safety glasses. Jessica realizes that a prospective client is probably the Wrecker's girlfriend and explains to the group who she believes the Wrecker is. He's a construction worker named Dirk Garthwaite. Dirk went to prison but got out early and turned his life around. Dirk got a job at a construction company which was bought by Alexandra Bont, and after seeing the harm she was doing to the community, Dirk adopted the identity of the Wrecker and vandalized Bont construction sites. He stumbled upon the magic crowbar, was imbued with its powers, and assembled a team with which he shared that power. Jessica does not know the identity of the other members of the team. After they learn about a Wrecking Crew attack that resulted in a casualty, the team comes up with a plan to catch the Wrecking Crew. Danny reveals his identity to the group and explains that he can get Bont to hold a press conference that will attract the Wrecking Crew, then the team can take them by surprise. But a monkey wrench is thrown into the plan when, the morning of the press conference, Jessica is arrested for trespassing.
Let's do this.
It is The Defenders Rewrite, episode 7, Down with the King. We are now in the third act. The heroes have a plan. Everyone wakes up ready to go, but Malcolm can't find Jessica. Misty calls the group and tells him Jessica's in jail, and the team doesn't know what to do, but they determine that they need her. So Matt volunteers to go get Jessica out of jail. Everyone asks, how? And Matt says, I can do it. Can you get back before 10? I guess I don't have a choice. Then Luke, Danny, Colleen, Claire, and Misty go to the site of the meeting, and Matt, as Matt Murdock, goes and meets Foggy at the police station where Jessica's being held. They meet the cop that arrested Jessica. This probably can't be one of the main character cops, some well-meaning but unknown character. The cop is talking to Jessica. Matt Murdock bursts into the room, looks at Jessica and says, Jessica Jones, shut up. I really wanted to keep that scene. It's really fun in the comics. The wording is a little different, but I wanted this to be a nod to that conversation they had before. Jessica hears his voice and gives him a confused look, and Matt knowingly nods at Jessica. He says, I'm her public, and Jessica cuts in, defender. So she knows what's going on. The cop leaves. Matt and Foggy go through the files. Jessica looks at Foggy, questionably. Matt nods. Jessica says, so you? Yes. But you're blind, and... Yes, I am, Miss Jones. Foggy says, and we need to know what they told you, what evidence they have. Jessica says, hold on a second. You are actually blind? That's right. Now, have they shown you any, like, can't see blind? Foggy says, is there any other kind? Matt, okay, I was in an accident as a child, I got chemicals sprayed in my eyes, and here we are. Jessica says, so, are you like a Ninja Turtle or something? What's... Matt butts in, Miss Jones, we don't have much time. I have somewhere to be, and I think you do too. Cut back to the rest of the team. Everyone's getting worried, and Alexandra shows up. She meets with Danny and Ward, and Alexandra wants to give her talk now, an hour earlier than they were planning. Danny says, I wasn't planning on doing this until 10. Alexandra says, why? The press is here now. What are you waiting for? Back to the station. Matt's reviewed the files and he has the arresting officer back in the room with Jessica and Foggy. So all you have is a woman who looks like Miss Jones at the scene? Well, I mean, Miss Jones is a public figure who wears apparently one outfit. Hey, she's a style icon. Foggy. And sales of scarves and jackets have risen dramatically. Miss Jones is a hero, one who deserves support from police. Matt, last time I checked, it wasn't illegal to wear a leather jacket and a scarf. The police officer looks stunned. Matt smiles. Cut 2. Alexandra is about to start the press conference. Danny and Luke are worried. Claire gets a call from Jessica. They are on their way, and the subway is the fastest way to get there. And Alexandra starts the press conference with Danny. Nothing happens. No one's sure if this is a good or a bad thing. They're not ready, but also this was their best shot. But then, as expected, the wrecking crew attacks. Alexandra's guards get her to a safe place in the building. The police try to intervene, but Thunderball keeps them at a distance. Colleen breaks away to keep Thunderball distracted. The other 3 members of the wrecking crew follow Alexandra into the building. Now Luke gets into the building. Danny slips into a closet in the building and comes out dressed as the Iron Fist. So now, the Wrecker, Pile Driver, and Bulldozer are going to fight Luke Cage and the Iron Fist inside this building, which means this is your hallway fight. But Luke and Danny are now working well together. They have chemistry. So maybe they can't beat these guys, but they aren't getting beaten either. They're holding their own, which is the name of the game. Run down the clock until Matt and Jessica get there and they can get support. Colleen and Misty work together to keep Thunderball busy outside. Your first big Daughters of the Dragon team up. Matt and Jessica are trying to get over as quickly as possible. They see a news report about the attack on those subway car TV screens that definitely don't play live news, but whatever, we gotta build tension. The Wrecker leaves Pile Driver and Bulldozer to fight Luke and Iron Fist so that the Wrecker can go straight for Alexandra. Now, Danny and Luke need to stop those two, but also they need to stop the Wrecker. So Danny volunteers to keep Bulldozer and Pile Driver busy while Luke goes after the Wrecker. So here's Luke v. Wrecker round 2. And this is a little different too. Danny's chi training has taught Luke how to focus. He's dodging the Wrecker's attacks, doing a way better job than the first time they met. And Danny's also doing okay against his 2, until he takes a big hit from Bulldozer and loses his chi. Luke yells to Danny, "You alright? I don't think I can do this for much longer." And then Danny has an idea. "They're gonna get him." Luke says, "Him?" "Yeah, we failed. They're gonna kidnap him and use him as ransom." "Kidnap who?" "Danny Rand." Then Luke catches on. "Oh no, where is he?" "He's by the front door, in the closet." Luke and Danny race to this closet, and then the wrecking crew takes the bait and follows them. Danny makes it to the closet, finds his clothes. Luke tries to hold all 3 members of the wrecking crew off by himself. He's thrown through a wall. Wrecker gets to the closet, opens it, and finds Danny Rand. Danny says, "Don't hurt me. I'll get you what you want." Wrecker says, "Oh yeah, you will." And then the Wrecker knocks Danny unconscious. Piledriver asks, "Well, what about Bond?" Wrecker says, "We gotta get out of here before the other ones show up. We got what we need. Live to fight another day." And the wrecking crew escapes into the sewer or something. I don't know, somewhere where they can't be found. Danny and Jessica finally get to the site. They rush to Luke. "Are you all right?" "Yeah, I'm fine." "Where's the kid?" "They took him." "They captured the Iron Fist?" And Luke smiles. "No, they captured Danny Rand." End of episode 7. So in episode 7, our team has suffered a failure, but they have grown together. Jessica now trusts Matt, Luke and Danny work together well, and now with Danny, secretly the Iron Fist, being taken to the Wrecking Crew's hideout, the Defenders finally have a way to win this fight. Oh, and one more thing. If you liked the Defenders, and enjoy the idea of a team from different backgrounds working together to defend something, I think you're gonna love this video's sponsor, Dashlane. Dashlane is a mobile and desktop app that gives you a shortcut for everything you do online. You log in instantly, fly through forms, breeze through checkouts on every device you own. I know what you're thinking, how is this like the Defenders? Well, Dashlane lets you fill forms fast with one-click logins and autofill for personal info and payment details, which means you can take information from everywhere and on any device across Mac, Windows, iPhone, and Android, and bring it all together into one package, like the Defenders. And Dashlane will respond easily to breaches and hacks with personalized security alerts, so it's defending you. Listen, it's a stretch, but Dashlane is cool. Dashlane never has access to your personal data, won't trick you into subscribing, it's got no credit card info required at sign up, not even Dashlane can see your data, and it's always ad-free. And right now, if you guys go to dashlane.com/Nando, you get a free 30-day trial of Dashlane Premium, so you can get a look at Dashlane in action, and if you like it, you can use the coupon code NANDO, N-A-N-D-O, at checkout for a 10% off discount. Breeze through logins, forms, and checkouts with Dashlane.
As always, a huge thank you to everyone who continues to support the channel on Patreon. You guys are the best. You want to see your name up here, get access to videos early, other cool stuff, throw in literally any amount of money at patreon.com/NandoVMovies. You have no idea, honestly, you help keep the lights on, it's super cool, I appreciate it like crazy. And if you enjoyed the videos and want more fresh Nando content every week, you should definitely listen to my podcast, Mostly Nitpicking, where every week me and my co-host DJ pick apart a piece of pop culture by looking exclusively at the details. We've done a lot of fun stuff recently. We just got done with Frozen 2, and there's a lot of awesome stuff coming up for the end of the year. There's a Jumanji sequel, there's a Star Wars sequel, there's Cats, just great stuff. So you can listen to us wherever you listen to your podcasts, and we are at Nitpicking Pod on Twitter. Last thing, as always, follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/NandoVMovies. It's where I post updates on videos and podcasts, and where I tell you guys to go watch Watchmen, because oh my gosh, that series is so good. It is so much better than it has any right to be, and as someone who loved the Watchmen book, I just can't get over how good that is. So watch Watchmen, follow me on Twitter, at NandoVMovies. That's all I got. I'll see you next time.